So, guys, what's going on? So, Trump deploys National Guard to Washington, D.C. to crack down on crime. And the reason why I find this story so interesting is I've been to Washington. I live in New York City. They're the same hole. In New York City, the crime is outrageous. They will just let people out after they commit a crime, like hitting you over the head with a pipe or a brick or pushing you onto a subway platform. They don't have a bail. They go in front of a judge, and the judge basically says, no bond, no bail, let him out. These cities like Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York City, Chicago, they all have the same thing in common. All you have to do is look at the leadership. It's all the same leadership. They look the same, they talk the same, they act the same, they have the same philosophy. Washington, D.C. has more murders in it than Colombia, Mexico, some South African nations. So it's more dangerous in Washington, D.C. than a third world nation. Same with New York City. In New York City, you have carjackings, beatings, robbings, muggings. Like I said, somebody will walk up to you and hit you over the back of the head with a brick or a pipe in the middle of the day. It's not a nighttime thing where don't go out after dark. This happens in broad daylight. It happens, while you're in a park where there's people around. It's not that you're in an isolated area and you turn down the wrong street. You're walking on a sunny day down a crowded New York City street and you will get hit with a brick. Or you're in Washington, D.C. and you're driving your car at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's traffic. There's people in front of you, people in the street, and you will get carjacked. That's what's happening here. L.A. is the same. Chicago is super dangerous. Just look at Chicago. Look at the mayor of Chicago. Look at the mayor of L.A. Look at the mayor of New York. Look at the mayor of Washington, D.C. It's just not good. And there's this philosophy that you shouldn't have bail. You shouldn't lock criminals up. If you do lock criminals up, then you must be a certain way. It has nothing to do with the tax-paying citizen or somebody that's trying to go someplace with their family or go to work or just live their life. It's about the citizen. It's about the criminal, and it's about what the criminal is and where the criminal came from and the hardship of the criminal and why the criminal is doing it. No, the criminal's committing crime. After he carjacks you, robs you, hits you over the head with a brick or a pipe, pushes you onto the subway platform, it doesn't matter what his upbringing was. It's time to go to jail and stay in jail. So the police force also in these cities is always told to stand down, don't do anything, don't arrest these people. And they do it for all sorts of reasons, mostly political, don't make the crime stats go up. When you see crime stats in a major city, the stats are never telling you the true story. In New York, for instance, you had Governor Cuomo when he was governor at the time. He took away no bail, no jail, so people would get arrested and they wouldn't go to jail and they wouldn't have to pay bail, so they'd be on the street. Then you had the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, who was basically telling the police force, don't arrest people, go light on people. If you arrest people, then you're doing it for a certain reason. You're only arresting them because of whatever reason. You could fill in the blank. And so what would happen is crimes were being committed, but the cops really weren't arresting. So that, I guess, because how many crimes would happen where the cop would show up to a crime, somebody would get assaulted or hit or something would happen, and the cop would just not do anything about it. Basically, okay, everything's good now, and then go away. So that would make the crime rate go down because nobody got arrested. The other thing about the crime rate, especially in major cities like a New York City or Washington, D.C. or Los Angeles, is the cops are afraid to arrest people. The cops arrest someone and now their job somehow becomes in jeopardy because you're going to a situation where you may have to, grab someone, deal with a group of people, and then all of a sudden you're in trouble. The police officer is in trouble. The police officer is at risk of losing their job. So the police really, they'll go to a call and they really don't even want to get involved with it. Okay, they'll maybe who did what, that's nice, everybody good now, and they'll leave. They really don't want to get too involved because now if you're a cop and you get too heavily involved, God forbid you grab somebody that's trying to hurt you or anything of that nature, you will lose your job. You will be on the front page of the Daily News. You will be seen that even though the person was committing a crime and hurting people and who knows what, but you had to let him be. He was just acting out. That's the way he is. That's just part of, who he is or that person is. And, you're interfering with them. You're interfering with them committing a crime because crime is a part of them. It's kind of where they grew up and where they live. It's what they know. And you're trying to stop that. So you as the police officer, now you're in trouble. You lose your job. And the criminals know that they got over on the cop. And the media will back this up. The media knows that these criminals are doing crimes. The cops are there just trying to, do their job. But the media will make the cop out to be the criminal, worse than the criminal. And the media will try to turn the public against the police. The media is a big part of it. The politicians are the other big part of it. And this society in general, the way that some people are in certain areas, the way they're grown up, the way that they're raised. And when you have a combination of politicians that, they really don't care about the tax-paying American citizen, I guess they're looking for votes. You have a media that is just anti-American. And then you have a segment of society that really just can't conform or go in with a normal type of society. You have this. And so now you have Trump saying this is out of hand between the gangs, the people on the mopeds that will cut you off in a car, you getting hit in the head with a brick, pushed on a subway station, who knows, carjackings, homelessness. I mean, the list goes on in all of these major cities. He's like, we got to stop this. The police aren't doing it. The mayors and the governors aren't doing it. They're actually part of the problem or egging it on. So you know what? I'm going to send in the National Guard. We saw this in LA when they were going to riot a couple of months ago. He sent the National Guard to basically knock it out before it got too out of hand. Now we're seeing it in Washington, D.C. Hopefully we'll see it in New York City because New York City is totally unsafe. It doesn't matter if you're on the street, in a car, on the subway, on the bus. It's just the whole thing is no good. And let's see what happens. But I thought that was interesting. I thought I'd share it. If you kind of go back to my other videos, I'll show different things about the city. I'm in the 5 boroughs mostly. The Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. I go into Manhattan every now and then. I don't like Manhattan. It's too trafficy and I don't really want to maneuver over there. But New York City is bad. Anybody who has the means leaves. I've left New York City for the most part. I'm going someplace where it's safer. The laws are better. And the truth is, I love New York. I like New York. New York is me. I've been there my whole life. But with everything that's going on, it might be one of those places where now I go to New York like on the weekends or go to New York once a month. Before you would live, work, do your thing in the city in New York, and then you head out for the weekend someplace. Now, I think you just head out someplace and maybe you visit New York, once or twice a year, maybe 3 times. I don't know, Christmas, maybe you come by there for the summer, but that's it. New York is done. Washington, D.C. is done. Los Angeles is done. Chicago has been done. All these major cities are done. They all have the same thing in common. And hopefully, I don't know, Trump can do something and straighten some of this out. Anyway, that is it. I hope leave a comment below. I love to read your comment. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's staying safe. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.